Hello, hello, hello. Good evening, everybody, or afternoon, whatever you call this time of day. We're not decided on that yet. Hope we're all well. Hope we're all having a great day so far. Good evening, Anna. Hope you're well, sweetheart. So today we're talking about the children. So crystals for children, because obviously we'll be doing more crystals for everyday things for the children. But tonight we're looking at the ones for sleep. Again, there are so many out there that we can use for sleep. These are my top 5. They're the ones that I felt, yes, let's bring these on. So beautiful. Hopefully they will give you some food for thought. Evening, Caroline. Hope you're well, sweetheart. These would be great for Harley and Layla. I hope they're all good as well. So I'm going to duck down and go into, which one shall we start with first? Yeah, let's go with the Mangano. Beautiful. Mangano Calcite Heart. Now, I think this I'm starting with first because I used this for Ruben when he couldn't get off to sleep. And especially when that time came when he was going into his own room. When that time comes, when they go into their own room, Mangano Calcite is a great support, a great comforter. So it can be an emotional time for the children having to stay in their own room or to stay in their own bed. It's shocking. It could be traumatic. So Mangano Calcite is there to help them, to support, to comfort them, give them a real nice sleep. And even for older children, if they're having any problems sleeping, Mangano Calcite is just a chill out stone. It's just chills you out, helps you to comfort. So if there's any with the school, if any school kids, if they're having any anxiety over school, if they're not sleeping because either they don't like a lesson or they don't like the homework or a teacher or they're being bullied or they've broke up with their best friend or, even when they get to that age where they've broke up with their first love, Mangano Calcite is a brilliant soother. Really help for them to do that. Do just want to say, I should have said this right at the beginning, because we're dealing with children, please make sure that the crystals are out of reach of small children. Okay. To the untrained eye, crystals can very much look like sweeties. So I don't want to cause a choking hazard. So please keep them away from the children. Or if you're going to put them into the bed, whilst they're with the other guardian, go into the bedroom. When you make the bed, place the crystals then. With Mangano Calcite, we always used to have it in the pillowcase. So when I would go up to sort the bed out while he was in the bath, I would pop that under his pillowcase. So the pillow would be on top and it would be in the case, because he didn't know it was there then. A bit like Princess and the Pea, but he didn't realize it was there. And if they don't realize, then they're not going to play with it. They're not going to fidget with it. Same as we can grid. So sometimes we might find that actually let's grid the bed. And Mangano Calcite would be a beautiful crystal to do that, to really bring in that support, that comfort. So I've got tumbles of sunstone here. I'm going to brainwash you now all into thinking that these are Mangano calcites, because I don't have no tumbles in Mangano calcites. But if you've got small pieces of Mangano, yeah, if the child is sleeping up this end, feet being down here, where the corners of the mattress are, put a piece in there. And again, if you're worried about them finding them, if they've got a fitted sheet, tuck them under the fitted sheet. So where the corners are, just pop them up there. Again, while they're being entertained by older siblings, while they're with another guardian in the bath, or while they're preoccupied and you're going into their room to get it ready for bedtime, just put them under there. Then they don't see them. Again, if they don't see them, they're not going to be drawn to them and start playing with them. And then they end up noses, in ears, in the mouth. Yeah, we're not getting into that. So safety first. So that's a beautiful way to grid. And yeah, it really helps to promote that stability, that soft energy, that it's okay. They're there. Don't you worry. You might be in your bed, your big bed, all on your own, but I'm here to give you support. You might not like your teachers at school, but hey, sleep is important. Let's do that first. Let's sleep. So that's Mangano Calcite, one of my all-time go-to for anyone with sleep disruption, or they find it hard to get to sleep. Next one, blue calcite. Blue calcite is my next crystal. Let me just check the comments. Comments are coming in. Good evening, Angel. Good evening, Leslie. Good evening, Hannah. Anna, I wish I had known you 22 years ago. Oh, bless you. I wish I'd known you that time as well. Mangano reminds me of a dream cloud. Yes, that's it. I mean, when I connect, let's just go back to the Mangano. When I connect to Mangano, the keeper of Mangano calcite, he is on a throne of marshmallows. There is a waterfall, which is strawberry milkshake. It's such, everything is marshmallowy, clouds, softness. So really is. And when we're saying children, I'm not just talking about babes. I'm talking about up into their teenage years. You know, any harshness that's going on in their lives, exams, stress, puberty, hormones, the fact that they've got parents. Oh my God, parents, so frustrating. Why can't you let me do anything? Then bring in Mangano calcite. You could tell what kind of teenager I was. Oh, geez. If I was the first child, they would have stopped at me. But that's Mangano calcite. Anything harshness going on in your children's life, bring the softness with Mangano. But again, if we're talking about babes, then grid the bed. Make sure that, you know, either pop a piece, and again, it only needs to be a tumble. Pop it under their pillow, or grid the bed. 4 pieces of Mangano calcite in the bed. Okay. Beautiful. Then we've got blue calcite. Love blue calcite. One of my, again, it's the calcite family, you know. Love this. And let me know if there's any crystals that you use, if there's any crystals that you can suggest or you've thought of that can help for children to sleep. Pop them in the comments. I'm happy to discuss that. This is just my top 5. So blue calcite is a calming crystal, again, like Mangano, but this is very good for restlessness. Any children who are restless, again, the teenagers, when they're the growing pains, that, tossing, turning, getting up throughout the night. Children go through it throughout their lives. When you just need to reach for that nail gun and just nail that quilt to the bed and just be like, stay in your bed. You can tell I've said that a few times. Gosh, anger issues. Only joking. So, yeah, blue calcite again will be a beautiful one if there's any restlessness going on there. Anything that's causing stress. I know we don't like to think of children and stress, but they do. Every day is a new day for them. Every day they are learning something new. I mean, we should all be learning something new, but kids especially, they are finding themselves going into new environments, new energies. So anything can cause restlessness. A school trip, an assembly, a play, anything that they feel like, oh, okay, that's a little bit worrying. Bring in blue calcite. And with Mangano, they make a beautiful pairing. Real great connection with them both. And you can grid with both of them. So if we call it that the Tourmaline in quartz is the blue calcite and the sunstone is the Mangano calcite, then we can grid. So again, we've got the bed, the child is sleeping, the pillow will be here. So you can either grid it. Oh, I'm totally off camera there. Keep an eye on the camera, Daniel. Make sure you're in view. So you can either do it whether you've got 2 manganos at the head, 2 blue calcites at the feet, or you can crisscross. So you've got the blue calcites going one way, Mangano calcite going the other. And again, if you've got the fitted sheet, pop them under the fitted sheet so they are hidden, so the kids can't see them. Obviously, if they're teenagers, don't treat them like babies. Don't turn around and be like, I've hidden some crystals under your sheet. I'll be like, oh, for Christ's sake, Mom. So embarrassing. They can have bigger pieces. Once you know your children, once you know that they can be trusted and they can be reliable to take care of the crystals, then let them. Our crystals are out for Ruben. He's 12 now. So, if there's a crystal he needs to sleep, he'll go in the drawers, find the crystal and go to bed with it, So it is a nice thing to see when they get to choose that crystal and they take that to bed. So it's a beautiful thing. So gridding is always good. If you don't want to do the bed, you can do the room. If you think, oh no, Daniel, I'm fretting, I'm losing sleep because I'm worried about the crystals being in the bed, then do the room. Do the 4 corners of the room. Blue calcite, Mangano, blue calcite, Mangano. Or there could be all Mangano. Or there could be all blue calcite. Go crazy. Have a play. See what feels right. My next one is Amethyst. Obviously, because of it being that gentle, general healer. So anything, and this Amethyst tends to rule the crown chakra, but it heals, it soothes things. So any aches, any pains, anything that is causing a discomfort to the children, they can go and take a bit of amethyst and allow that to just soothe them. Yeah. Any fevers, obviously give them any medication that has been prescribed to the doctors. Don't be like, no, Dan says all they need is amethyst. That's all they need. No, these again complement any medication that is prescribed by a medical profession. I am not saying replace any of it with crystals. Keep doing anything, but amethyst will complement and will give a little bit more of a gentle healing for that. So yeah, if they are feeling pained, and again, you can grid the bed, grid the room, pop it under the pillow. You could have these as tumbles or bigger items, put them in a organza bag and whack them under the pillow. They're all nice and safe. Obviously, as they get older, they'll get to pick them up. They get to hold them. Then we have Petrified Wood. I love the energy of this. It's that grounding energy. It's that connection. Babes in the wood, giving them that feel of just natural. If there's anything that's causing an upset in the children, anything at all, change of schools, moving up a year, stopping in different places, if they're if you're co-parenting and they're sleeping in the other guardian's house and stuff, fossilized wood carries that energy. That where do they feel safe, that energy will go with them. So anything new, stopping with your grandparents, stopping around a friend's house, fossilized wood is just like, it's okay. The surroundings might be different, but you are safe, you are stable, you are balanced. Gently go off to sleep. Boys tend to like fossilized wood being in their room because boys tend to, well, is that politically correct now? Can I say that boys like dinosaurs? I suppose that's like trying to say that girls like Barbie. I could get slandered for saying that nowadays. But children who like dinosaurs. Let's start with that one, Daniel. I should have had a script for this. For children who like dinosaurs, they will love Petrified Wood because it was a tree. It was a real tree when the dinosaurs were around. So they love that fascination. They love that. Oh, that's incredible. So a brilliant one. And also, it's not uncommon. It's quite common, not uncommon. It's quite common for children to remember past lives. They can remember some things, they can perhaps remember being in your womb. They could perhaps remember being born. They could perhaps remember being who they were in a past life. Petrified wood is something that would help them with that work, because sometimes we don't have to shun them. It's nice to record it. It's nice to put this down as a memory of, wow, actually, because they are so bright. They are so switched on. They've not gone through the schooling yet. They've not been programmed, and I hate that word programmed, but they've not been programmed into being what society wants them to be like and conform to boxes and labels. So at that young age, when they start talking about things, you're thinking, oh, right, do we need to call the priest? No, get a bit of petrified wood. They'll be fine. And again, for restlessness, so you can grid with petrified wood as well as the other crystals. I'll only generally keep to 4 in the bed and 4 in the bedroom. So work in pairs. So either have 2 amethyst with 2 mangano, 2 blue calcites with 2 fossilized woods. I mean, there's nothing stopping you from putting 2 mangano calcites and 2 blue calcites in the bed, grid in the bed, and then put fossilized wood and amethyst, 2 fossilized wood, 2 amethyst in the corners of the room, really bringing in that gridding. And then finally, howlite. Howlite for me is for night terrors, nightmares. The monster under the bed. There is someone in my wardrobe. No, there's not. There is nobody in your wardrobe. There is no one under the bed. Howlite is a beautiful crystal for that. Working with the mind, bringing calmness, peace to that. And it's a nice thing if they are having bad dreams, night terrors, before they go to bed. You know, it's nice to have something of a bigger piece that's on their bedside table, something that you can talk about. You know, oh, don't forget your special rock. Don't forget the rock that's going to help you sleep tonight. You know, let them hold it, let them see it, you know, and go, right, that's going to protect you. That's going to keep you safe. And then put it on the bedside table and let that crystal do the magic. And your child is going to feel comfortable knowing there's a rock next to me that's going to keep those monsters at bay. Brilliant. You know, there's monster sprays, there's all sorts of things that you can put. That we used to have that with Ruben. Ruben used to have howlite, and our lovely friend Ro, who does lovely aura sprays, she had a monster away spray. And we would, you know, before we go to bed, he would spray the corners of his room, get into bed, hold the howlite. We'll have a little chat, you know, to set him off. And then howlite would go back on the sphere stand and he'll go off to sleep. You know, beautiful, amazing. So they are my top 5 for children to sleep. And again, you know, we don't just have to stop with children. You can test these out yourself. If any of those think, oh, actually, Dan, I feel like I could do with a bit of that, give it a go. What's good for the goose is good for the gander, and it's good for the gosling. I like that. See what I did there? If you were here yesterday, you'd perhaps understand. But so yes, let's read these. Love that idea, Caroline. For gridding, yeah, you know, do the grids, feel that. But it's your turn now. Let me know if any of those crystals resonate with you, for your children, maybe even for yourself, but definitely for children. Keep on the topic of that. And what crystals do you think of? I know when I've been looking around and I've been researching, black tourmaline seems to get mentioned, and each to their own. But for me, as soon as I think of black tourmaline, I think of heavy, and I just think, oof, why would you want to do a grid of black tourmaline or put a piece of black tourmaline in for the child? I mean, we've got the grounding with fossilized wood, and I understand the grounding, maybe protection, maybe to absorb negativity. So any nightmares, it will go into the black tourmaline. But I just find that it'd be too heavy for a child. I wouldn't mind suggesting that for adults, but for kids, for teenagers, I just think black tourmaline, Because for me, when I connect with black tourmaline, it's like I'm walking with cement blocks. And I just don't get a bed feeling. Gosh, if I known I was going to go into a grid of black tourmaline, I'd be like, no, because it's just too heavy. So no. But each to their own. I mean, some people might love it and some kids might love it, but I just think there's other grounding crystals I would see. Hematite. I used to do a combination of Mangano and hematite for Reuben. But yeah, black tourmaline. Anne-Marie, teething and separation anxiety is stressful enough for the babes. I was thinking, Dan, where I co-sleep with Jasper, the crystals I'm sleeping with are sometimes too much for him and affecting his sleep. I need to grid the bed only for him and not sleep with ones for me. Yes, definitely. Yeah, separation anxiety. Mangano calcite is there. If you haven't got Mangano calcite, rhodochrosite would be another good one. Blue calcite, howlite, they are just so soothing, calming. Teething, you've got amethyst there. You've also got blue lace agate you can use for teething. And then amber. Amber would be another one that you can grid with for that. Thank you, Anne. Thank you, sweetheart. Anna, I love Petrified Wood from the first moment I held it. Do you know what? Isn't it just? There is nothing better than to have a bit of wood in your hands. Oh, I knew I loved it from the first time I held it. Love Petrified Wood. Love it. Anne-Marie, love Howlite. Just got a new beautiful bracelet and it's always next to bed. Yes, you know. And if you've got bracelets, no, actually, that would be a bad idea. I was about to say, if you had bracelets, you could put them on the bedposts. But no. A child putting, no. Forget that idea. Cut, edit, action. No. But yes, beautiful. Yeah, I like Howlite. Leslie, I definitely could do with crystals to make me sleep. Yeah, in fact, I am, looking at the colors of those crystals, the soothed, pastely, pale colors. I am getting a little bit, I could just put my head down, making me sleepy. And I've got tarot tonight, so no. Caroline, I hadn't thought of gridding. Layla has massive sleep issues, as done from 6 months old. Now it's full on anxiety, full of what's ifs. She has howlite and rhodochrosite under a pillow and black tourmaline at her window. Does that sound okay? Okay. Black tourmaline, if she's okay with that, I mean, please, I know I've just gone on a real bout of, black tourmaline. But if you're okay with that, if Layla's good with black tourmaline, then that is fine. You could perhaps put the black tourmaline down at the bottom of her bed, see how that feels. But yeah, howlite, brilliant. Rhodochrosite, fantastic. Yep. And Layla's at that age, same as Harley. They're at that age where let them. What crystals are they drawn to? They're sensible. They're good kids. They're not going to be putting them in their mouths or up their nose or any other orifices that they seem to want to investigate with crystals. So yeah, let them choose. If she's happy with those, then yeah. But howlite should help with the anxiety. Maybe bring in some blue calcite as well to really bring that in there. Caroline, rhodonite, not rhodochrosite. Okay. Maybe try rhodochrosite if you've got rhodochrosite. Maybe try Mangano calcite. But rhodonite, again, very supportive, but it might just be, I don't know, will it be a little bit too much for children? I don't think so. But try, experiment, find some nice pale pink crystals. If you've got rhodochrosite or Mangano calcite, try them. I am awake until about 4-ish most nights. Oof, oof. In our house, 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock at night is pumpkin time. When it comes to 10, we're back in bed. Like, I love, yeah, no. Anne-Marie, when the babes were born, I had amethyst, blue calcite, and moonstone in their cribs. Roscoe has smoky quartz and tiger's eye at the moment. Beautiful. His choice. If it's his choice, I love that. Well done, Roscoe. Brilliant. I will grid my room this eve and let you know how we get on. I definitely need some marshmallow love from you, though. Yeah, just Mangano. Mr. Soft. Beautiful. Anna, very beneficial to watch this, even though my children aren't babies. I know I could bring them in to help them sleep well, as they are all going through their own journeys with school and early adulthood. Yep, this isn't just for newborns, preschool, school, teenagers, little shits. Yes, I swore, but you know, whatever stage they're at, these crystals will help. And more so, these are only 5 crystals. There's more to put to that. Awesome to know amethyst is good for flu discomfort. Think I need to purchase some Mangano calcite as well, so I don't think I own any, and it sounds beautiful. It's so beautiful. Really, it does so much for us to sleep with, for kids to sleep with, and especially if they're going into early adulthood. You're going to be experiencing that first love. Oh, first crush. Oh, he's my world. He's my everything. He's dumped me. Mangano calcite. Mangano calcite for that. Caroline, thank you so much, Dan. I'll swap and put the rhodochrosite and blue calcite in. Thank you so much. You're welcome. Experiment. Nothing's going to harm them. Nothing's, if something works, keep at it. If something doesn't, tweak it. Swap in crystals. If the children are old enough to make decisions, let them decide. If not, what I say goes. I pay the bills of this house. Yes. Right. On that note, and on that note, I won't be. I know I said this morning, and I've said through this week that I will be here tomorrow night at 5 to do a talk on crystals for pets. I've sat on this. Oh, I've not sat on crystals for pets, but I've sat on this, and because we're doing Friday night markets, I think just doing it 2 a day is enough. So when there is a Friday market on, I won't be doing my live at 5s. So there is a market on tomorrow at 7. I just think it's too much. There's going to be wanted posters. People are going to start reporting my posts as spam, So tomorrow morning, I'll be live at 9 with your individual cards. I'll be doing you little short personal readings from the deck of cards available. But I won't be on tomorrow night at 5. I'll save myself, make sure I'm ready for the market at 7. Okay. So the crystals for pets will be Monday night. Okay. So, and also that's, if I don't do it on a Friday, it means I've got subjects to keep me going for longer. So thank you all. And remember, if you can't heal yourself, how the hell are you going to heal somebody else? Mangano calcite. Yes, please. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for supporting. Any questions at all for anyone watching this video on playback, just message me on Dan Rocks. I'll be happy to help you out. Enjoy your evening, guys. That sounded so camp. Bye. Enjoy your evening, guys.